Hey y'all, it's Cami. Welcome to my show, Honey Let's Talk on Afro Vibes TV. Today we got Suski with me. We finna just talk about some stuff, get to know him a little bit, get to know me a little bit because it's my first episode. And yeah, we just gonna kick it off, kind of ask him what he does, what he got going on. So Suski, what you got?
What up, though? Y'all heard it. My name is Suski. I'm from Detroit, and I can't lie, I'm super duper excited for next year.
Okay,
But
this is the last day of 2024. I don't really know how to feel about it. It's kind of crazy, but
yeah, it was a roller coaster. I
yeah,
ain't gonna lie,
2024 was
kicked my ass, but
right. No, 2024 definitely kicked my ass. But honestly, like I said, I'm excited for this new year because specifically now, like I got my first episode airing on the last day of 2024, and I'm gonna start the 2025 off right type shit. So what you got going on in 2025, or what do you envision doing?
so while this year was going on, all the crazy stuff going on, I was really just making music about it. Uh, really like shout out to my partner. He really told me like, look, you go through so much in your life, just make a song
Talk
about it.
about it, yeah.
Put it in some music. It's gonna make you feel better. And usually I don't really take that. I try to make like fun music. But with everything going on, I was like, you know what? I like this a lot more because it feels authentic.
Yeah, like you feel like you're
Right.
actually talking to people.
So I got music I'm sitting on now I want to drop. I've been getting my network up, trying to be around like a lot more people. Really just 2025 is the time to show face. I feel like right now, 24, a whole bunch going on.
Getting
Still
your
was
shit together
getting it
still.
together,
Yeah,
still trying to be on top of everything. But now that I got all my cards right, it's time to start playing.
type shit. And then when did you start making music? Like,
So I've always wrote like I write songs for like my mom, like stuff like that. But publicly doing music, I say I didn't really drop anything until May.
oh, so this year, so
It's
you're kind of fresh.
yeah,
Okay.
it's very recent that I actually started doing it, like for the world to see it.
Okay. All right. So is that why you moved to Houston or
Yeah, so really, I moved to Houston because I was like, I know I'm meant for more. Not in the way of sense of being cocky, but something about it's telling me in the back of my head,
yeah, kind of like
being
an environmental reset type of thing?
exactly.
That's literally why I moved to Houston. Like I didn't really premeditate it. I didn't think it out, nothing like that. I just kind of was like, you know what, I need to change the scenery. I see the same people, same like environment. I feel like I got way more opportunities aligned for me somewhere else. Like I feel like the only thing that's stopping me is kind of myself.
Right.
And then I was like, the people that I love, my friends, like they know I'm gonna fuck with them regardless of where I'm at. Like it's only a flight, only a
You know,
ticket away kind of thing. So like I was like, I'm not gonna hold the people that I love, you know, that's not gonna be the reason why I get held back type thing. Like they gonna come with me regardless of where I go. So I just impulsively moved to Houston and I was like, whatever comes, kind of comes. And it came
look,
2024. It punched me like little right hook, uppercut, but
no, I promise you the exact same way. Because it wasn't like I was always planned on coming out here, but the time frame I got out here wasn't the time I was coming. I actually came 4 or 5 months earlier than I thought I was gonna be here. It was
oh,
like
okay.
impulsive. Like I just told my mom, like, okay. She was expecting me to leave during the summer. I left in March, and I just told her,
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm like, yeah, I'm about to get a one way to Houston, and that's
Not
how
a
it
long
happened.
way.
I swear, I bought a one way ticket to Houston, just said whatever happens, happens. And I know some. I still had like a plan, so it's not like super like okay, he just being irresponsible and reckless, and it just worked out. I still
Yeah.
had a plan, but I'm just like I don't want to wait till summertime, which I'm glad I didn't, because a lot of the stuff that I was doing while I'm out here really was like the build up.
Yeah, I feel like summer out here will really like get you kind of shot up because for me like the I moved here in January. From January to like June, it was chill. I wasn't really doing nothing. I was just kind of getting my shit together, like apartment, job, all that lined up. Summer is really when I started like branching out. Like I started modeling for different clothing brands. I got reached out to like dance for like a music video because I used to dance back home and do all that stuff. So I was like, well, I got all these things that I got going for me. I might as well let them flourish while I'm out here. And it was a lot easier because out here is not really what you know, it's who you know. Like
Exactly.
networking is definitely something that Houston, I will give kudos to Houston for that because it's so easy to network. Like I feel like you don't have to look for the white guys in the black
So,
suits type of thing. Like
yeah.
you could see a regular nigga outside and you'd be like, oh wow, okay, like you got something going for you.
Um,
Like you got money, you over here got a business, all this stuff, and you would have never really thought nothing like that. And they're just so humble. They just like, yeah, you want to work with me or you want to do this
right.
or I got
I
this
noticed that a
so and
lot too.
so.
Like especially different being back home. Like don't get me wrong, I love my city to death. I'll never ever be like talk shit about my city. But one thing I will give Houston for, everybody is so like eager to work with the next person. Like
Yeah.
they love to like, oh yeah, I do this, you do that, let's make it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like the entitlement isn't really as big as well, I come from the Northeast, so I'm from New York.
Right.
So I feel like New York, you got the same amount of possibilities and opportunities, but it's definitely harder to get to the top type thing. Like everybody that got to that spot, like either worked their ass off or just knew somebody that was already up there. Like you really gotta like hustle to get somewhere. Like out here, I feel like opportunities are handed to you like at the door. Like I've
Right.
gotten handed opportunities bartending. Like I've just be bartending, minding my business, and they're like, "Hey, you ever thought of doing this?" And I'm like,
Right.
"No,
Like
but I
no, but it
mean,
sounds
like,
cool.
if you
So
want me to, I'll try it out." Like it's kind of how this started. I was just like, you know what, the sky's the limit type of thing. I'll see how it goes,
right.
and hopefully, you know, what's it called? I'm manifesting good things for 2025,
Exactly.
this included. But music wise, you have anyone like that you have like a dream collaboration with, or you kind of envision someone already kind of working with you?
So I say I based a lot of my sound off of like 2015, 2016, like SoundCloud.
Okay.
That era where it's like to come up with like Trippy Red, Uzi, X.
Yeah, when I was listening to your music, I was like, okay, it's giving Trippy Red, Uzi, kind of Juice World.
Yeah,
It's kind of all over the place. That's why I was like, I want to ask him like, what kind of genre you think you fall under?
yeah.
Because like, who would you collab with? Because like your genre, I feel like it's so dynamic. When I was listening to your music, like there was not really something that I could be like, oh yeah, he sounds like so and so. Like
Yeah.
everything was different, and I really fuck with your work. I really like your music. But I was kind of like, I wonder what he considers himself. Like, you know, would you consider yourself a rapper or more of like a alternative? Like, what kind of?
I consider myself honestly like just an artist in general because
Okay, I fuck with that.
when I think of like rappers, I think of like somebody that would be like a Drake or a Future. But if I say the word artist, I think of somebody that has range. And like Tyler, I think Tyler Creator has like a lot of range, so
Oh,
I would
I
want to
love
work with him.
Tyler.
Like one day he, real melodic, or it's like almost something completely different from like hip hop. Like he do alternative, and it'll still be good.
Yeah,
So you can't really
he just kind of
put
does whatever.
he does whatever. So
Yeah.
he can't be labeled he's an artist. So
Okay. So would you say that's kind of like your
yeah,
like
like a lot of
artist?
stuff I do now is real upbeat. Like I want people to like enjoy. Like I'm the feeling. I make music more so for the feeling because
Okay.
to me that's what it is. It's like how I feel in the moment. It's replicated in that song.
Pretty girls love Suski.
Stuski, he's fun. He likes party. It's like oh, cool vibe. Okay, it's like a good sense of like enjoyment when you listen to it.
Yeah, yeah, type shit. Okay. So Tyler's up there. You think that's kind of like your role model, or you don't really, do you think
I
it's
pick
just
I picking parts from everybody because everybody has something you can. I never bash the next man. May they be under me, may they be above me. Like you can always learn something from everybody you're around.
okay, I
So
respect that.
I like him as a creative. I feel like his ideas, the way he goes about even like doing drops, like
Mm-hmm.
it's very eye catching in a sense. But when it comes to like how I like watch my cadences, what I think about when I'm talking, I think more about like Uzi or I think about Lil Yachty, about how what they like, how they go about their cadences.
Okay.
But then if I choose a beat would be from entirely different. That's why it sounds like okay, it's this, but a little bit of that, but
It's Suski.
it's still Suski though.
It's just
It's
Suski.
just I would say more influence than replication.
Okay, yeah, I like that. I could vibe with that. So going back to the question, who do you envision yourself collabing with? Like, what would be your like dream collaboration for 2025? Even if it's like reaching for the sky, like
If the limit, honestly, it would be Uzi. Like like
yeah,
from that era, I would say he like gave me like a lot of inspiration because to not like take away from any other artist, but in my head, from what I've seen, what I was exposed to,
Mm-hmm.
he was really one of those first artists that was like, "This is who I am." You feel me? Like,
Yeah,
and
you
people they
resonated
look
with
at
it.
him like, "Oh, you might be this, that, and third," because he does the piercings, the tattoos, the hair color, the
Yeah,
way he holds himself, and he still like goes out. He's not, a
I love
bougie person.
Uzi.
Like, he's
Yeah,
just like he's him. You
he's
can't
just
say
himself. Yeah, that's kind of like Tyler too. Like
right. Those are artists, in my opinion. That
you
just
can't really say nothing about it. That's just who they are. I love that they
right.
just kind of don't give a fuck. Just go out and do whatever. And if you fuck with me, you fuck with me. If not, then you don't.
No, exactly. Not trying to look cool all the time. They
Trying
trying
to follow the trend type of thing.
yeah,
Yeah, I get that. So did you like his last album that he just released?
I did.
You did? Okay.
And I know a lot of people.
It was
It was
50-50
real
for
50-50, but
me.
like some of the songs, it gave me vibes of like how like he's
His
in
old,
old
yeah,
music.
that's
So
what I said.
after
I was like, I like it because it gave old Uzi, and a lot of
right,
people were like, Uzi, what the hell is this? And I'm like, nah, if you
no,
was rocking
fucking
with
with Uzi
Uzi back
before, this
then,
is really
then you would understand.
yeah.
Like, but it was 50-50 because some of them I was like, all right, you kind of forced it. Like, like they're not as good. But I can't shit on his album. I always loved Uzi, so it kind of gave me like a nostalgic album. Like it wasn't, and the thing is, people are kind of used to hearing the same tones and hearing the same type of music.
Mm-hmm.
That when somebody drops something that just don't sound like the trends,
Yeah,
there's always mixed reviews type shit. Yeah, I feel like every year there's like a specific music genre that everyone's just hooked on for the whole year.
right.
Like at one point it was like New York drill, and then it was the Jersey mixes, and like so now I feel like everybody kind of on that like dembow kind of beat, like the hard bass kind of beat,
Yeah.
the Boss Man D-Lo kind of beats and stuff like that. So Uzi definitely was kind of like, nah, I
Still,
don't give a
he's
fuck. I'ma still do what I gotta do. Yeah, but I think I think Uzi's a pretty good artist to have up there, and I love me some Tyler. Do you like other like music genres, or is that more towards like the genre that you go towards? Like, do you like R&B or?
I love R&B actually.
For real? Because I was like, some of your songs low key give like an R&B rap vibe too. Because like it was a little slower intro and like the melody wasn't as like fast and hard.
Yeah, I love R&B. I actually like big fan of Janae Aiko, Frank Ocean. I love
I love
Gideon.
Frank.
So I listen to a lot more R&B than the actual music I like to put out. But that's because when I listen to R&B, it's more of like obviously the calm vibe. It's cool. I can think. I like music that I can think of. I can't really think of.
Okay.
Like I like making fun music that you can dance to, but of course the only thing you can think about is dancing. I can't really.
Yeah, like you just be vibing. R&B, yeah, that's something you can really sit and like felt your heart out and just be. So like if you were to walk out, get in your car right now, what's the type of genre that you kind of like just automatically go to? Or is it kind of just like whatever you in the mood for at that time?
Honestly, sometimes it comes to where it's like whatever I'm in the mood for, but I do tend to lean more towards like for technical terms it'd be hyper pop. That's what it would be called. Like the type of beats I pick, it's like they kind of futuristic, but they real bouncy to them.
Okay, so kind of like your music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think for me, I want to say that I have a versatile music taste and everything, but every time I walk in the car or get in the car, I just bump some R&B. Like whether it be Brent Faiyaz, Summer Walker, Frank Ocean, Giveon, like I love me some R&B, and I try to like expand. Like I'm one of those people that like if you ask me, oh, you seen what so and so just dropped, or like have you heard so and so's album? You're gonna have to give me a second because I'm gonna be replaying my playlist in the car.
No, I give it a listen when I'm done.
Yeah, it's so hard for me to like. I'm one of those people that's like stuck in 2016, 2018, like all them old songs, like the R&B songs, like that's where I'm at. Like the new songs, it's gonna take me a little bit to like really get into it. Like Future's new albums, it took me forever to listen to them. And I kept hearing they're good, they're good, they're good. And I was like, yeah, I'll get to them. And then bartending, I heard the songs. And I'm like, all right, I might as well just listen to the album because. But yeah, But we're gonna hold our thoughts. We gotta go to a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back to Honey, Let's Talk. Welcome back, y'all. It's Cami and Suski for Honey, Let's Talk. on Afro Vibes TV. We just gonna be talking about some more chill shit. You know, we chilling over here.
We
We
chilling.
vibing. We getting to know each other. I actually met him not too long ago, so I'm very grateful and very appreciative that you came out for me for my first episode. But yeah, we just met recently. I just kind of got dragged to the club by my friend, and then I ended up being in his birthday section. So I was like, hey, let me actually reach out to you because I don't want you thinking I'm just some entitled hoe coming
It was
into
a
your
good
section.
vibe, bro. We was
I
turned
was just
up.
chilling. I
We
was
turned
chilling,
up.
but I was like, let me just be polite and get to know the person I'm actually here for. But yeah, so we was kind of just getting into like, you know, seeing what his music influences were and like where he sees himself in 2025. I kind of wanted to dig deep into like who Suski was kind of behind music and kind of see where like we could relate because I have a lot of like entertainment background. I've done dancing, I've done music, I've done kind of all sorts of things. So like maybe we could actually connect more than you think.
Right.
But you know, we could just get into it. So Suski's his artistical name. We kind of want to know more behind the scenes. So like what you got going? Who is Suski?
So, so like you said, that's my artist name, but Jason is like I'll call him the creator.
The creator. Okay.
He created Suski. Uh, and it was at a time, I'm not gonna lie, that the two things kind of clash, which is kind of strange to say about myself to speak like, oh, it's Jason and Suski, but at one point they did clash because, yeah, I want this thing, I want to be an artist, I'm gonna have to do this, that, and the third to do that. But me and myself as a person, I'm really like cool in the cut most of the time. Like,
Okay.
I be
So Jason being a cut,
like
Suski be performing and shit.
Jason being in the cut, he want to make he want to make his family proud. He worried about his people. He want to make money, and then Suski is like the way to do it.
Okay. So when you first started music, did you think of Suski right away? Is that like kind of how you like were like, okay, now this is my artist name. Now I'm gonna start music, or is it kind of like along the way you kind of found your niche?
Yeah, it was kind of like a development because before I was going by Suski, I was going by my name. I was just Jason Tsunami.
Okay.
But some people would like a lot of my close friends would just call me Sue. Keep it short. They're like Sue, Sue, Sue. And then as time got on, I grew on to Sue. And then after Sue, I just added it on
Suski.
right, added Suski, and it just kind of clicked and
I like that. Yeah, no, I mean it's catchy. Like
right.
when you put the Pretty Girls Love Suski in the thing, I'm like, oh, I like that. Like it just sounds like, and it really gave me the Uzi vibe too, because of like the 7 a.m.
Right.
like the little intro vibe, and I was like, okay, I fuck with this. I like it. I like it.
So it developed. It wasn't like one day I just woke up and said, "All right, Pretty Girls Love Suski." That's it. But it was more so
Yeah.
just a development as I moved through social media because, like I said, I just started doing music this year, but I already had a platform beforehand. I was just streaming and doing content through like TikTok and Instagram like that.
Okay, so you had kind of like the social media platform already, and then you kind of were like, well, since I have this shit, let me,
Right.
promote myself type of thing.
Exactly.
Okay. So did you have it before you came to Houston, or it kind of grew as you came out here?
I did. So I moved out here already with my following. Like, most of my followers, they've been around for a while, so they basically stick to the journey. Because before making music my forefront, me streaming every day was my forefront, and I wasn't one of those people that was just like, oh, I'm about to play this game, you're gonna watch you play.
I mean, I was gonna say, what kind of streaming did you do?
I had talked to people. That's literally it. I get on live, I get on stream, and I'll just chat and yap and yap and yap.
Okay.
And then, but people fucked with it a lot. Like I'll run games. I was heavy on interacting with the people that's what my content.
And I mean, I guess yeah, that will get people to fuck with you and follow you and stuff like that. So
Exactly.
so that's what's up. I mean, I fuck with the fact that you like kind of were like, let me just benefit, like use this as a benefit. Like you already got the people here, might as well just put myself out there and.
No, exactly. And my whole thing, even before the music, I was like, my whole drive is still being authentic.
Mm-hmm.
So even when I do my lives, I don't want to betray nobody else. I'm gonna be goofy. I'm gonna do what I want.
Yeah, and I try to like put up a front.
Right. It's not a front. This is what I do. It's how I act all the time. Even when you feel me, there are no cameras rolling. I'm still gonna have a great time.
Type shit. Okay. I like that. Well, since we talk about social media, I could kind of go into the fact that like, do you think social media well, it does help, but do you think sometimes it can kind of like be a downside in the fact that like there's so much competition on there? Like obviously it helps you grow because you can do promo, you can
Right.
release stuff and have people share it, and people gonna get to it regardless. But like just like you could do that, like there's so many other people that are influencers and just doing kind of the same thing on Instagram. Do you think, or like on social media in general, do you think that like that kind of makes it harder as an upcoming artist?
So I feel like it does, but not in the sense of competition. I feel like it makes it harder because in the sense of people comparing themselves.
Okay, yeah, that makes
Because
sense.
it's not hard because there's competition in everything. There's never
Hmm.
gonna be one thing in this entire planet that you be like, okay, I'm the only person that does this. Somebody's already doing it, or you feel me? They have the same idea as you. So it's always gonna be competition. The hardest part about that is comparison because you're gonna look at people exactly your age
Hmm.
doing it way, way, better than you.
Okay, yeah, I can see
So then you're
that.
like, damn, why can't I do this? But you feel me?
Yeah, like it. Well, yeah, I feel like that's a natural instinct for humans too. Like it's not like a jealousy thing, but it's kind of like, damn, like let me get my shit together
Right.
because if they could do it, I should be able to do it type thing. Yeah, I mean, for me, when I first moved out here, I didn't have that many following, but like when I got here, like it went up real fast, and I was like,
Right.
well, if I keep kind of diving into things, and I'm not really worried. I'm not one to worry about social media because I post I barely have any pictures to begin with. So like I post on my story. I'm a story little hoe. Like I'll be posting quotes. I'll do all that shit on my story, but I rarely even post to be honest. But like I feel like out here they like have such a like high standard for like your followings and stuff like that. Like everyone out here got 50K plus followers.
Right.
And I've just never really, because I was just always into school. Like I came out here for school. Well, not really for school, but like I graduated with my master's. I
Mhm.
came out here and I was kind of looking into like expanding my clinical knowledge and my stuff like that and like school senses. And then it just ended up me being more diverse and more dynamic and just going to like network with investors and entertainment and clothing brands and stuff like that. So it kind of like just blew up a little bit more. But like when I got out here, I was like, ooh, I got humbled real fast. I was like, me and my little 3K gonna just sit down in the corner, not saying too much, but I feel like even in bartending, when I bartend, like I had a work meeting and they were like, well, you guys have to do promo, you guys have to do this. And I'm like, I try to promote, but like a lot of my people from New York, like I said, and then I also don't have that big of a following. And they're like, well, you need to get your following up if you want to do good promo. I'm like, well, my fucking fault.
Right.
I just moved out here. Like I already went up 1,500 followers, and I barely even be outside. Like you said, you be in the cut. I really be in the cut. Like I don't even show face. So when you saw me outside, like when I tell you
Yeah.
she had
It's
to
like a rarity.
drag me, yeah, like she had to drag me because it's a rare occasion for me to be outside. So like even with me not even being outside or showing face like that, I'm very grateful for the opportunities I've been handed, even like with the small outings I do. But yeah, I mean, social media is definitely very prevalent in our generation. So I feel like it could be used as a good thing and it's
A
also
bad
low
thing.
key a bad
Yeah.
thing.
I love social media. I think it's like it has its negatives of course, but I feel like the positives of it, being able to connect with people so quickly, like
Oh yeah.
that's such a big thing. Even with you said like everybody has over 50,000 followers at this point. Yeah. But I feel like that also puts in perspective that there's so many people on this planet. There's
Yeah,
gonna
like
be
there's so much.
somebody that fucks with you, that vibes with you. There's a lot of people think that we're all fighting for the same 50,000. You're not.
Yeah, no,
There's
it's
probably
different.
50,000 people on just the left side of Houston. So
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
forget the world. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's always gonna be, your niche, your following.
Yeah, like they're personal too. Well, feel me. I had my TikTok followers at one point. I'd be up to TikTok, I love me my TikTok. I'll do a little one two up there. But yeah, I mean, with the following, also it makes sense because like my other friend, he does music and he posted on his like Spotify. I guess like when you're an artist, you can see who
Right.
like
Yeah.
listens in what part of the world or whatever. And he had sent me, he was like, friend, like I got somebody in Japan listening to my shit. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Like he was like, I wouldn't have known that without like social media
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But like I'm like, that's actually really fucking cool that you could see that somebody all the way in Japan listening to your shit. Like, but I feel like without social media, like we would really not have that accessibility. Like,
No, no doubt.
but with that, the whole mental health aspect of it, like not even just social media, like the music, like kind of like how does the mental health part influence like the social media and the music and stuff like that?
Yeah, so mental health is actually really connected to music and the social media because it's hard to really post what's going on behind the scene because a lot of the times a lot of people only see like success or see you, happy. A lot of
When you
people don't
happy
really,
and out and doing all that
yeah,
stuff.
people don't
Yeah.
really post that part, and that's like the dark side of it because even though I'm not posting, it doesn't mean I don't go through it. There was a point in time where I just like literally I wasn't posting. I just wasn't in the right mindset to make music. I was making no posts. It seemed like I just dropped off the face of the earth.
Do you feel pressured with the amount of following that you have? Like
I do.
not being able to post or like, when you in a funk, like I know when I'm in a funk, I deactivate my shit real fast. I don't really care. Like, or I'll just be like, you know what, I'm just gonna stay off this shit for a while. But I feel like, because you got your supporters and you got just the following in itself. Like, do you
Mhm.
think like when you in a funk and when you're not really feeling it, like you kind of feel pressured?
Most definitely. I know a lot of them understand because we are human at the end of the day. But some people just, I had to realize that myself. That in some people's eyes, you're somewhat almost perfect. So when things happen, to you they're like, "Oh, what's wrong? Why aren't you doing what you normally do?"
Yeah.
And I always try to come back, even when I did have that moment where I wasn't posting as much. I at least try to come back a little bit. And they're like, "Are you good? Everything cool?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna try to come back. Y'all just give me time."
Hmm.
So they can still feel like, okay, he's not gone, but he just needs space.
I mean, and you did say earlier, like you kind of started speaking more of like your experiences into your music and stuff like that. So you feel like when you do go do shit like that, you kind of just put it in your music type of thing, or like,
I'm be real. I recently just started doing that because beforehand, when I was in that moment, I just had stopped making music because I didn't want to put out music that didn't reflect what I already dropped. A lot of the stuff I already dropped again, it don't really got like no like sad mental, like it's not nothing serious.
so you kind of had to have like an epiphany to like kind of be
Yeah,
like, just talk about your shit,
because I had got to a point where I was stumped. I'm like, I don't know what to write.
writer's block type thing.
I had studio sessions where I'm trying to record, but in my voice, you can even hear like he doesn't want to be here.
Yeah,
He's just here because it's a studio session. She already paid for it.
type shit. Yeah.
But like you can just tell like it was off.
Hmm.
So then I had just took a break from it. It took me talk to my homeboy like, hey, he's like, look, just talk about the shit as you're going through. And once it came to that, then it just stuff like started flowing like, yeah, this, that, and third. And then the happy stuff couldn't start coming back
Kind of
once I
like, yeah,
got back into my flow.
kind of like journaling. You like kind of let it out.
Yeah, and I love the journal. I have my own journal. I journal every day.
Okay, me too. That's good. You got to let it out eventually, or
Exactly.
like somehow, because yeah. I mean, I like that. Is that the unreleased music that you have, or have you released any
Yeah,
of your
I
like
have
real?
so the stuff that's real, like I say, emotional in a sense, is unreleased, but it may or may not get to y'all in 2025. I'm debating. I'm debating,
Okay.
but the unreleased, it was more so like those type of projects was like for me. I'm not making this song because I want somebody else to hear it. I'm making the song so I can hear myself in a sense because in my head, music's like a second language. A lot of
Yeah,
people don't know how to express themselves, and I
I
there's
can
like
agree with
different
that. I
ways to
love
express
music.
yourself.
Yeah, you can express yourself in so many different ways just through music. But that's all the time we have for today. I'm really glad that you came and you were able to kind of like tell us who you were, and then we were also kind of able to like talk about it, and you guys got to know kind of how I work and how I am a little bit too. Obviously, you guys will get to know me a little bit more as the show continues. But Suski, thank you again for coming
Of
on.
course, I appreciate it.
Thank you guys
Had a
for
good time.
watching. Honey, let's talk on Afro Vibes TV. We'll see you guys next time. Doses.